talking song.
Howdy my sassy gals, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name's Lydia. I hope you stay a while. It is Vlogoween day 22. It is the 22nd of October. Now I know I said today I would show you the decorations of the house, but I wound up not getting it done last night. I'm going to try to get it done tonight. Operative word being try. As soon as I get it done, guys, there will be a tour of the decorations that I do. But I figured today I would do a real life story time of some of the things that I've gone through in my life. So, quick disclaimer. Yes, I believe in the paranormal. Yes, I believe in ghosts and spirits and hauntings. No, none of this is a joke and none of this is a story. What I'm going to talk about today. I will, however, tell a couple of spooky stories closer to Halloween. But I figured today I would do a real life story time. So please be kind in the comments. Okay? So let's see. Let me show you what my costume. The hair that I'm wearing is from Mina. It is from the arcade. It is Mina's collab with Salt and Pepper for the arcade. The Salt and Pepper made an outfit to where you can turn into a zombie if you walk over a hydrant or over a air vent, and then when you walk through the hydrant you become normal again. I just bought the hair thinking that would be cool. Found this pretty cheap on Marketplace, so I got the red packs. I am a zombified Cinderella today because I felt like being a princess, but I wanted to be a different take on a princess. The dress that I'm wearing is from ADN. It is the Gothic Cinderella dress, and it comes with both a black version and a blue version, but I thought the blue would stand out against the background that I'm using today. The background that I'm using today, I actually got free from Anxiety. It is a group gift that they put out yesterday. It is the neon graveyard. There we go. My brain will work right in a minute. Also, I thought something else was really cool. I didn't use the shoes that came with the dress. I used these shoes, which are, well, if I can show them correctly. These shoes, which are zombie hands holding up the heel of a shoe. I thought that was really cool. I bought those right before Halloween, and I was like, I gotta use these in something. So I figured, while I show you right up my skirt, bloop. Nobody saw that, right? Alright. Alright, there we go. Now we don't have a problem, because my butt's half let out. But they are zombie hands holding up the heel of the shoe, and I thought that was really, really cool. And it goes right along with the theme of zombie Cinderella. So there we go. Alright, and of course the blood and the eyes are both from Izzy's. It's the same ones I was wearing yesterday. I know, recycling the same stuff, but hey, if it works, right? Like, it makes me look like a zombie, right? So, but anyway, getting into the story time that I wanted to tell you after I take, 30 minutes to talk about my outfit and my backdrop. Check out Facebook and my, I almost said Instagram, but I don't. I have Instagram, I just don't post on there. Flickr. Check out my Facebook and my Flickr. I have a beautiful picture with this backdrop today. And go check out Anxiety. If you're in their group, go grab this group gift. It is definitely worth it. You get this scene, which I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see the entire scene. You get this scene, which is pretty neat. And then you also get each individual headstone. So you can make your own graveyard if you wish. If you wanted to dot them around your yard for decoration, things like that. It's pretty neat. So go on down to Anxiety and check that out. Alright, we're going to get into story time. So, when I was younger, I had an experience. I would say I was probably around 10. I kept seeing what I thought was things out of the corner of my eye. You know, sometimes when you walk in a room, you see like a shadow or something, and 9 times out of 10, it's just your eyes playing tricks on you. It's actually something else when you look at it straight forward, and then you know, you're like, oh well, it was, you know, it just created a different shadow when you saw it from the side. I thought that's what I kept seeing. I kept seeing this, and then when I looked straight forward, there was nothing there. I was like, okay, this must just be, you know, what they're talking about. I kept seeing it, and I kept seeing it, and I kept seeing it, and I was not, when I was younger, the type that I didn't watch horror movies. I wasn't like a scaredy cat per se. I wasn't easily spooked by things, but I didn't watch a lot of horror movies at that time mainly because my mom wouldn't let me. So it wasn't that. I would have the same reoccurring dream every night. The dream was slightly different every night, but it was the same basis. There was something chasing me. Now, there's a lot of people who have that dream, and it's supposed to signify something in your life, and I don't know what it was supposed to be signifying at that time, but it was the same reoccurring dream that there was something chasing me. And I had that dream one night, and it shook me up so bad that I woke up in the middle of the night. It was probably around the haunting hour. I think it was probably about 2:30 in the morning. Somewhere between 2 and 3 is the haunting hour. That they say spirits wake you up, and from staring at you is what they say. But I felt like something was watching me when I got up. And I looked at my door, and my mom wasn't standing there or anything. I got up and I went to the bathroom. I turned on the bathroom light, and I looked down the hallway at my mom's room. My mom's door was closed, and her light was off, so that usually meant that she was asleep. The only thing that I saw down the hallway was the flicker of her TV, because my mom at that time slept with the TV on. So, and I slept with the radio slightly on. It was very low volume. And when I woke up, my radio was off. So I thought, well, maybe Mama came in here and turned it off because it was bothering her or something like that. My mom slept with the TV on, but she didn't have any sound to it. She muted it. So I was like, okay, well, that's strange. But, you know, it's a normal practice for my mom to turn my radio off if it bothers her. So I didn't think anything of it. I went to the bathroom. I come back to my room. And now, like any little kid, I had silly little fears. Like, one of my fears was something was going to get me out from under the bed. So I would turn my light off and jump from where my light was into my bed. So I did that again. I turned on my light, checked everything. Everything was fine. I was fine. Okay, I've come back from the bathroom. I've checked everything. Nothing in my house seemed to have woke me up. So it must have been the dream. Okay, whatever. Cool. Jump into bed. Get under the covers. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Physically, I'm okay. I've gone and peed. I've emptied my bladder. I'm good. It must have just been the dream. In my mind, I'm like, okay, it had to have been the dream that woke me up this time. Now, a lot of the times, I could not remember the details of the dream. All I knew is something was chasing me in the dream, and I was trying to get away from it. That's the only detail that ever stuck out to me, is something was chasing me. I was trying to get away from it. That's it. I couldn't remember any of the other details ever. Like, it was almost as if the rest of the dream was blacked out to me. Like, what caused the thing to chase me? What was it chasing me? I never saw what it was chasing me. I never remember the details. I tried having like a dream journal when I was younger, things like that. Couldn't do it. So I start to drift back off into sleep, and out of the corner of my eye I see a shadow. And I think, okay, it's dark in the house. I don't hear any noise. It's got to be that thing that happens to me all the time, where you see a shadow out of the corner of your eye, you turn and face it, and it's not there. So I look, and it's off to my left, which is the inner part of my room. Because to my left was the rest of my room, and to the right was my door and my closet door. So if I was going to see a shadow, it would be coming from the right. Where I saw this was the left, so that was the inner part of my room. And there was toys and things all over the floor. I was a typical kid. I was messy. Okay? I was lazy as crap when I was a kid, and I never cleaned anything unless Mama took something away and then I had to clean it. But there was toys all over the floor. There was a basket full of dirty clothes. There wasn't anything menacing in my room. I was your typical little kid, had Barbies all over the floor, Barbie clothes all over the floor, teddy bears all over the floor. Just your typical kid. So where the shadow I saw out of the corner of my eye was inside my room. So whatever it was had to be in my room with me. It wasn't my mom standing at my door. It wasn't anybody standing at my door. My door was cracked because I closed my door too a little bit, but I left it cracked, and I could see the flickering light of my mom's TV from her door crack, from under her door. And that never bothered me. So I thought, well, that's not a solid light. That couldn't be casting. And the shadow that I'm seeing is not flickering like that light. Okay, so it's not a shadow being cast by that light. And there's not enough of that light to cast a full body shadow. Okay, now this is all going through my brain as a 10-year-old child. Okay, so logically it's probably one of those things where it's like, oh, there's something there, and it looks like a figure, and it's not. So I turn to look, and it doesn't go away. It's still standing there, and it's now that I'm looking at it and can see it, it's a full figure standing in my room. My mom's not in my room. My mom's asleep. My dad wasn't in the picture at the time. So it literally was just me and my mom in the house. What is this standing in my room? Well, I'm the type of person that I don't scream, I don't freak out until I know what it is. So I look at this figure sitting here in my room now, standing in my room, full on standing in my room, and I go, "Who are you?" out loud, expecting something to answer me back, and I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear my mom. I didn't hear anything. It was eerily quiet that night, because usually you'd hear crickets. I live in the South, so you'd hear cicadas at the time that this happened. So it was very strange. So I lay there staring at this full-on shadow figure in my room. And now it's not solid. You can see through it. But it's just standing there. There's no movement. It doesn't look like it's breathing. Okay, cool. So logically, I think if I turn the light on, it'll go away, right? I jump out of my bed, run over to my light, and turn it on quickly. It goes away. Okay. So I'll just leave my light on the rest of the night, right? Yeah, I'll just leave my light on the rest of the night. It'll be okay. And I get back in bed, and at this point, I'm getting freaked out. At this point is when I'm going, there's something strange going on in my house. And I don't think anything of it. I don't say anything to my mom. I drift back off to sleep with the light blaring over my head. I just leave the light on for the rest of the night. My mom does question me the next morning, "Why was your light on?" And I said, "Oh, I fell asleep before I could turn it off." Which I had done in the past before, so it wasn't irrational for me to do that. And so a couple of nights pass, and I don't see this figure again. But I keep waking up around the same time every night. Now, before that, I did not wake up because of these dreams. And in my brain, I was connecting the dreams to me waking up. So, there was one night, it was really bad. The dream, the dream that I was having got really, really intense and really bad. And I woke up. It was 3 o'clock on the dot in the morning. I do my typical routine, get up, go pee, because most people who sleep, if they get woke up, have to go pee immediately. Well, I was the same. I held my bladder, usually until the morning, but if something woke me up in the middle of the night, I had to get up and go to the bathroom. So I did my typical routine. Get up, turn the bedroom light on, go down the hallway, go to the bathroom, turn that light off, get back to my bedroom, turn my light off, jump in my bed. Okay, well, I'm back in bed. And this particular night, like I said, the dream had been really, really intense. Really bad. And I lay there, and I'm expecting to see the shadow. And I do. Except for this time, it's not out of my peripherals. It's not on the side. It's not to the left. It's not to the right. It's a dead center at the end of my bed. Okay. Now keep in mind at this point I had not watched any horror movies, any movies about shadow people, anything like that. I wasn't super into the paranormal and creepy shows and movies and things like that. None of the creepy shows like Ghost Hunters or anything like that were out at that time. So it couldn't have been something that I watched and I'm creating with my own mind. So I sit there and stare at it because that's all I can honestly do. I'm paralyzed in fear. I can't move at all at this point. Even if I wanted to get up and run out of the room, I couldn't because I can't move. I have this full-on shadow standing at the end of my bed, and I don't know what it is or who it is or what they want. So I can't move. I can't scream. I can't make any noise. Nothing. Just paralyzed in fear. And that lasted, it felt like forever to me, but probably a couple of minutes. And then it went away. And I get up. As soon as it goes away, I'm fine. The fear's gone. I'm not paralyzed anymore. And I get up and I run to my mom's room and I jump in the bed with her and I tell her, Mom, I'm not sleeping in my room anymore. And she goes, what are you talking about? And I explained to her what happened. And she goes, oh, it must just be, a dream or something like that. Because my mom is not big into the paranormal stuff. She's not. She doesn't believe in spirits, anything like that. She believes once you die, you go on and that's it. So I slept with her for probably about a week. Because I was so terrified to be back in my room. After about a week, she got fed up with me because I'm not a very good bedfellow. I apparently toss and turn and snore very loudly in my sleep. That's true. So, and that was my husband behind me saying that's true. So after a week, she put me back in my room, and she told me I had to sleep in my room, that there was nothing there. And she did the whole typical mom thing. Here's monster spray. It was actually just water. Here's, a teddy bear that'll help you. He'll fend off anything that you need. And I felt okay the first, I'd say, week back in my room. But then, one night, again, I had that dream. And it was a really bad dream again. And I woke up at 3 o'clock on the dot again. Except for this time, when I woke up, I didn't see anything. I felt like something was holding me down. I felt like somebody was laying on top of me. And I could move my head. I couldn't move my body. And I looked around my room and there was nothing there. I didn't see any shadows, didn't see anything. But I felt like I was being crushed. Like the heaviest weight you can think of. It felt almost like a person was laying on top of me. And I couldn't breathe. And I couldn't scream. I couldn't make any noise. I couldn't do anything, honestly. And I tried, and I tried, and I tried, and again it felt like it lasted forever. But it was probably only a couple of minutes. And then the pressure released, and I was able to move again. And I took off out of my room, and down the hallway. And I got about halfway down the hallway, and I felt a hand on my shoulder. My mom was in her room. I saw the TV flickering. My mom was in her room. I felt a hand on my shoulder, and I turned around. And standing in the hallway behind me was a full-on apparition. I don't know who it was. I couldn't make out the details of the person. All I remember is my mom waking me up. I was asleep in the hallway on the floor with nothing, no pillow, no blanket, no nothing. I was asleep, and it was morning, and I had to get up and get dressed for school. And I remember my mom talking to me that morning, and I was shaken. I was visibly shaken. And she kept saying, it's okay, you can sleep in my room with me if it's bothering you that bad. I said, no, Mama, it's not you. It's not that I need to sleep in your room. There's something in this house. And that was the last time it happened to me. Now, I don't know if maybe it was my prayers, because, even though I do believe in the paranormal and all of that, I do believe in God. I am a Christian. So, I prayed and prayed and prayed. God, please, whoever this is, let them rest. Help them find their way. But I kept the Bible by my bed from then on out. I still keep a Bible by my bed to this day. I've had some very strange paranormal activity in this house, which that'll be a different story time. But after that night where I passed out, I seriously think I fell asleep. Well, my mom tells me I was asleep, but I think I passed out. And that's what happened from the shock of everything that was going on. But it was so real. And if I was making that up out of my imagination is really twisted and really messed up. Now, I've had worse experiences later on in life, and I've had some really strange experiences in my life. But that was kind of my first paranormal experience that I can remember. Now, I could have had stuff before that I don't remember, but the first one that I remember was that one, and it was so vivid. Even still today in my memory, it just, the smells, the feels, the atmosphere. Anytime that I saw that shadow, the room was so heavy. It was almost as if you could feel his anger. You could feel his spite for me being there. Now, I did later find out, no, the house wasn't built on a graveyard or anything like that. It was an apartment, and it wasn't built on anything weird or strange. But I did later find out that there were other people in other apartments. Now, it was a one-story apartment, so all the apartments were on the ground level. So it wasn't an up apartment. But all the apartments were on ground level. And I did find out that other people had similar experiences to mine. And it would be the same time every night, anywhere between 2 and 3 in the morning. Which is, supposed to be the haunting hour. Most people have their paranormal experiences between those times. And, please excuse the landmark that I've gotten like 3 times already. But there were other people that had that same experience with the same type of spirit. Start as a shadow, and then eventually they would see a full-bodied apparition. And, I kind of did some research on the outlying areas and things. And there was a cemetery about a mile from my house. And I was like, there's no way that a ghost from that cemetery came down to our apartment area and haunted it. There's no way. But it did have some type of correlation to it, and I guess in my mind that's what I had made it. It was like, oh, it must have been a spirit from down there, and it was just haunting everybody, sneaking into everybody's rooms, But, and I think after that I just kind of blocked it out of my mind, and even though I remembered what happened, I just kind of didn't give it the energy to manifest itself anymore, because in order for a spirit to manifest itself and show itself to you, you have to give it the energy, you have to give it the will. And I just kind of, for a while, stopped believing in it. And if you don't give it the energy, you don't believe in it, it won't happen. It's, in a way, it's very strange, but at the same time, it's your own reality. And yes, it does sound like, oh, it's my own imagination, and it could have very well been. I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, it was definitely real. It could have been my imagination. But explain to me how a little girl who's 10 years old, who's never really watched horror movies at this point, because later on later on in my childhood, teen years, I get really into horror movies and things like that. I am still to this day really into horror movies. The gorier the better. The bloodier the deaths the better. But at that time I wasn't. And my mom didn't let me watch them. As a matter of fact, she wouldn't watch horror movies around me because of that. If she deemed it too scary, then she didn't watch it around me or with me. I was watching things like Disney movies, Saturday morning cartoons. There wasn't really anything violent or, scary in those. So where would my imagination have come up with this? I don't know. It was very scary and very creepy. I don't know. Maybe it was real, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But anyway, I've got more stories, more things, and I'm going to do a couple of creepypastas as well. Now, of course, I will let you know when those are coming, because those will be fictional. Those are somebody's imagination. I want to do a couple of the kind of well-known creepypastas, maybe, and maybe a couple that are off the wall. But keep an eye out for that on my channel. If the button down below is red, and I found this out today, sometimes YouTube will unsubscribe you from people. So check your subscriptions sometimes. I was unsubscribed from one of the YouTubers because I kept going, why am I not getting the notifications that they're putting videos up? Are they not putting videos up anymore? And come to find out, I was unsubscribed from that person. So, if you haven't subscribed already, go down there and hit that little button, and make sure you hit the bell to get the notifications of when I put up stupid videos like this. And like I said, I'm doing the entire month of October for Vlogoween, and then in the month of December, I would be doing Vlogmas. So I'm super excited about that, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to catch you on the flip side and stay spooky, because that's what we do around here.